again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything. I'm coming at you with another update on the Robotech RPG Tactics miniatures game. As you know, and I've just still double checked it, the website, the robotechgamecenter.com, where I had been getting my information, is definitely still closed down. I suppose it's going to be closed down indefinitely, even though nobody said anything. That was a big loss of forum and a lot of different extra tools, and of course our weekly updates. So what I've done is I've gone directly to the source, Palladium Books. You can go to the same website. It's up here on the top, as you can see, palladium-megaverse.com, and you can just Google Palladium Books. Um, this this is the home of not only Palladium Books but also the Robotech Tactics or Robotech RPG Tactics. Okay, so what they've done is they've incorporated the weekly updates into their weekly update right here, and the latest one is September 25th, which actually I think is the newest one, and I kind of want to go over that with you. Well, they said there was a fire. Now you understand that their connexes with our pallets of miniatures and boxes and cards and templates, dice. It's all coming through California. And as you know, in the last few weeks, they've been having a lot of fires and things like that. Weather's been terrible, really hot and dry. Just recently, as it started raining, which is kind of a good thing. But it says fire at the Port Los Angeles. Okay, and then they said, what's next? Earthquake, mudslides, tsunami, train hijacking, pirates, locusts. Okay, that's why we hate to be specific. So they can't really say exactly what date anything's going to show up, because it seems like they're cursed. They're constantly getting held back. But this time, it's not the customs that held them back. They had containers that were getting ready to be shipped out, and that very same day that they were going to be loaded onto the truck, there was a fire. And then luckily nothing was damaged, but they had to go put out the fire. They had to double check everything, and that delayed everything about two or 3 days. So container 2 should arrive at the Palladium warehouse sometime next week. Okay, from the 25th, that being Thursday, next week would be like Monday, maybe Monday, Tuesday. Okay, and once that happens, then they'll put it all together and start shipping. So what they're saying is container 2 should arrive by Wednesday, midweek. As soon as we get it, we're going to ship to our Kickstarter backers. So we'll make sure. So what they're asking is, make sure you go in and make sure the address is correct in the backer kit. Okay, so I'm going to click on read more about the update. And then right there, they say container 3 is on the ship. It's at sea. We don't know what kind of damage the fire will cause, a congestion or delays at the port. We hope not. Container 4 is also at sea, so they're right behind each other. And 5 left the factory yesterday. Remember, that was like Thursday, so Wednesday. And it should leave China by Monday. So they're going to have, by Monday, all of them will be at sea. Everything's in motion to see Robotech getting accelerated next week. So everyone champing at the bit, that's me, should get their game probably within a week or 2. That's what they're saying. Maybe 3 weeks. There is another unboxing video right here. It's a link to it. You guys can go to it. What he did was, he's one of the very first ones to get it, and I guess he unboxed it and kind of showed it off. But they wanted to make sure that you knew that in the Kickstarter backer kit, and here's a link to it if you've lost your link. Here it is. They've gotten nearly 200 addresses changed just in 1 week. That seems like that's a lot. I mean, I'm in one of them, but I changed my address back in May. Is that when we moved? Yeah. See, we moved in May. I changed it immediately because I didn't want to have to deal with changing. Basically, I made a list of all the important things in my life, and I went in and I changed all my addresses. The Palladium game was something I knew was going to be shipped to me, and I didn't want it to get shipped to the wrong address. Uh, but it looks like 200 people changing their addresses. That doesn't. I doubt if 200 people were moving. But you never know. When you're looking at 5,000 people, 200 is really not that many. Okay, so 2%, 20%. That's like 2%. I don't even know. Yeah, make sure you go to Kickstarter. We've not updated your address. Please send your address this weekend. Make sure to include your apartment number. Second, you can't change your own address, and you cannot change your own address in BackerKit as we locked it down a few weeks ago. So what they're saying is it's too late to go to the Kickstarter and change it. They want you to go to the Kickstarter BackerKit and verify that it's actually correct. And if it's not correct, make sure you email Palladium Books with the correct address so they don't mail it to the wrong place. And what they're also saying is if you haven't updated it and it goes to the wrong address, it's your fault and you're not going to get your product, or maybe the mail will lose it. So you better get on your ball. Okay. So, and I bet you there's going to be people complaining that they lost it or they didn't get it because they forgot to update their address and blah, blah, blah. Sorry for your loss. Okay. It says they're not going to be liable for lost goods, so you better get on it. Also, again, yeah, because how are they going to know that you moved? And that's up to the post office. And if the post office doesn't know that you moved, what? Why haven't you updated it in the post office? I mean, come on, are you lazy like me? Is that what it is? Okay. Yeah, if anything doesn't look right, make sure you drop them an email, let them know. And we're going to be sending out hundreds of packages next week, so with thousands to follow the order. Yeah, and I looked at my backer number, and I'm like 1,400. So I thought I was like in the 3,000s, but I'm 1,400, so I should be getting mine within the second box. So hopefully, because if they're getting 5 boxes for 5,000, that tells me there's going to be about 1,000 per box, right? Per container. So maybe I should get mine out of container 2, the 1,400 guy. Okay, maybe. And they're going to be shipping out hundreds next week and then thousands to follow in the next week. So that's probably where I'm going to follow. I'm probably going to follow in the second week. Over the weekend, they're going to update their data and blah, blah, blah. Addresses changes have been streaming in the last few weeks, just have been updating them all along. So yeah, get it in now. And then I did want to say a couple of things that I haven't really talked about in any of the past Robotech RPG Tactics update videos. But they have on their website added things, upcoming games and stuff like that. But if you scroll down, what you'll find is Robotech RPG. Like there's the new Robotech source book for the Marines. But if you keep scrolling, you will see Robotech RPG Tactics there, right? And it says coming in fall of 2014, Mecha versus Mecha, United Earth, and all that, blah, blah, blah. But the most important thing that I wanted to show here was this line right here. $99.95 retail price, main box game. So if you're getting a box game for whatever that Kickstarter price was, 80 bucks or something like that. So you're actually getting a good deal, And then if you added any of the additional items, like a Valkyrie wing for $36.95, and all those backers that backed early enough or high enough got a bunch of add-ons. Like I know I did. I got a ton of add-ons. I counted it up. I think I'm getting something like 400 to 500 miniatures. I'm getting so many miniatures because I'm actually getting the Battle Cry, which is like a box and a half or maybe 2 boxes or something like that. And then with the not Battle Cry, maybe it is called Battle Cry. I don't even remember. But you get all kinds of these extra models and stuff. But right here, price $36.95 for 2 models. Okay, it comes with 6 models, but 1 of each mode. So 2 of each mode. So you can only have 2 of them on the table at any one time. I mean, you could technically have 6 guys on the table if they were all in a different mode, but yeah. It's really just two fighters. Two fighters for 36 bucks. I mean, you're getting 6 models, but still 6 models for 36 bucks. That's like $6 a model. That's pretty good, I guess. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Yeah, that's only $6 per model. That is not bad now that I think about it. And then if you come on down to this, the Tomahawk Defender Destroids, you're getting 2 of each for $32.95. So what is that? That's about $7 a piece. Yeah, that's pretty reasonable. Yeah, I think that's pretty reasonable for a miniature. I've paid. I'd hate to say what I've paid for excellent miniatures in the past. Um, I used to I used to buy miniatures, lead pewter miniatures from like Rapham or Minifig or Raoul Partha, and I would pay like $2 or $3 per miniature. And then when they started going up in price with Ralladium or Ralladium or Palladium, you know, and then they started going to the pewter with less lead and more pewter and stuff like that, you started to see prices jump to like $7 or $8, and then you'd actually have to pay like $12 for a miniature, and then you can actually see for the Phalanx and the Spartan, it's $32.95. Now, why is it's the same price as the other Destroids? So basically, a pack of 4 Destroids is going to be $32.95 retail. And then the battle pods, you're getting 6 battle pods for $36.95. So that's not bad. That's $6 a battle pod. I don't know. That might be a little high too, actually. You know, being that these are all plastic, or it might be industry standard. I haven't actually priced out plastic model kits lately, but yeah, it might be the right price. I mean, I don't know. And then the artillery battle pods, you're looking at $36.95 for 4. And I understand that because you have additional parts that need to go onto a regular battle pod. And then, of course, you have the Glog. I think these are new. I don't remember seeing those last time I looked. The Glog's $36.95. How many you get? You get 3. You get an officer, a scout, and a recovery. Okay. So now you're starting to talk about $12, but these models are pretty big. This model and this model are pretty gigantic actually compared to these. They're probably like twice as beefy and twice as thick and bigger. So we'll count them as like 2. So you're like getting 5 miniatures for 36. Yeah, okay, that's reasonable. And then, of course, the Macross source book, which I actually have. But I don't have it in the new 8.5 by 11 size. My buddy does. Mike, he went ahead and got the new Macross size. And that's pretty cool. When he showed it to me, I'm like, wow, I didn't even think they made it in that size. Because, see, I still have it. I bought it in the real small manga book size. You know, it's about a 5 by 8 size or something like that. And that book is pretty inexpensive. It looks like it's only $16.95. So that is incredibly reasonable for a book. And it says you can make a character in 15 minutes or less. Well, I don't know. I'm not that smart. All right, so let's go ahead and end this video. And yeah, so you got some general prices right there. I'm sure they're going to add more as they get more of their miniatures in and more of an understanding, like, you know, the Mach 2 monster and all that stuff. But the with the fire, it was delayed a week or so, and with the boxes in the ocean right now, we should see them probably next week or the week after, and then everything should be cooking with Crisco or whatever, and we should be getting our stuff super soon. So, last final thought, I just wanted to say this. In my earlier videos, I kind of suggested that it wouldn't be till November until I receive any of my boxes. So maybe I'll get it in October. If I get it in October, it'll be a month early. Even though it's been like a year and a half. But okay. Well, thanks for coming out and checking out this video. We're going to continue to have more updates, and if I get any additional information. And plus, remember, you guys can always check it out yourself. And I'll see you in the verse.